So I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about something that came up a little bit during the training, which is having an inbox that is completely overwhelmed. So I did a little bit of research on this, and it's not something that you wouldn't know. So today we're not talking about therapy. We're just going to talk about how we do what we do. And one of those things is the kind of the business of getting business done. So in order for us to be present, to take care of kids and to serve families, we have to be able to get what we need, the information that we need, and we can't start our day feeling overwhelmed. And so one of the things that I said during the training yesterday was, don't check your inbox first thing in the morning, because there was some research that came out that said you're actually 30% less effective if you check your inbox first thing. And so I did some research, and so there's some science behind this. So the science is, if you start your day kind of checking your inbox, when you open your inbox, like there's some chemical reactions that happen in your brain. So emotionally, you get kind of triggered. And so basically what it is, you feel overwhelmed, like you have too much to do even before you get started. So if you're a person that's kind of like me and your phone's beside the bed, if you roll over first thing in the morning and check your email, you basically put yourself into the mindset that you're already behind schedule before you've even started your day. So I encourage everybody yesterday, don't check your email before you get up. But it really has, the way we handle our email has a lot to do with how we feel we're handling our jobs. And for those of you who are social workers or you have multiple buildings, you might have hundreds of emails coming into your inbox every day. And so I want to talk to you today a little bit about how to structure your inbox so that it doesn't feel quite so overwhelming. And I think this can help you too, because a lot of times the way people communicate with us is through email. And if they don't get a response, or they don't feel like they have a response in a timely fashion, a lot of times they feel like they're being ignored. And that's something that we don't really want to happen. So we're going to talk about the 3 steps to controlling your inbox. So I want you to do a couple things. And if you don't have time to do this all right now, come back and watch the video later. Here's kind of the way it goes. First thing I want you to do is think about the typical categories of concerns that come into your inbox, right? So there might be, if you're a school counselor, it might be schedule changes. If you are a social worker, it might be student needs, resources, or a family concern, or student conflicts. So there's some typical categories. And so you want to get into the habit of kind of labeling these categories with an umbrella of what is it that these kind of can fall under. And then you want to create a schedule for yourself of when you're going to check your emails. I recommend setting up a timeline for checking your emails. My goal whenever an email comes into me is to respond to it within 48 hours. Sometimes you get beyond that, either because of the holidays or because of your schedule or what have you. Maybe even over the weekend. So I definitely believe in having an autoresponder on, but my goal is always at 48 hours. And so if you can set up some systems of when you're going to check emails, you can also put that on your autoresponder, or you can put that in your subject line, or you can put that in your signature line so that people know when they can expect to hear from you. So if you were doing schedule changes, for example, I might do those on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Let's say I'm going to do schedule changes on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 10 and 1 or what have you. So people know if that schedule change comes in after 1 o'clock or it comes in on a Wednesday, that they shouldn't look for an answer from me before the next day that I'm going to be doing schedule changes. And this is just about, this is something you can post on your door. This is something you can put on your website. This is the kind of thing you would share on social media so that people know when they can look for you. This builds trust, and it also takes something off your plate. So it's like giving yourself a personal assistant. So those are some of the things that I would think about. So the first thing I would tell you to do is think of those categories. But as you're thinking of those categories that come in, you want to look at if you're possibly subscribed to stuff you don't need to be on. One of my huge pet peeves is people putting me on an email chain, right? But sometimes you get signed up for a newsletter list or something like that. So I'm going to show you. Let's do a little screen share here. I'm going to show you this is a website that I thoroughly recommend. If you've never heard of Unroll, .me. That's the website, www.unroll.me. This will help you unsubscribe from the things that you are subscribed to. So if you are one of those people that, you know, always put your email in at the grocery store, or always put your email in, you know, at conferences, and you end up getting like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 emails a month from everybody, you end up on these newsletters. So this will go through your inbox, and it will help you categorize things for you. So it will unsubscribe for you, so you can unsubscribe in bulk. So you can take 10 or 15 minutes and unsubscribe from, you know, you just kind of click unsubscribe, and it will unsubscribe you from all of those different newsletters that come in. But the other thing it does is it has this thing called a roll up, and it's where you put all the subscriptions that you want to see into one email. So let's say you have signed up for second step, and you signed up for Child Mind Institute, and you signed up for all these great resources, but you're like, I don't have time to go through 50 different emails every day. And then your inbox looks crazy and you feel overwhelmed. Put all of those into your roll up. You'll get one email on the daily basis of all of those at the same time, and you can just kind of scroll through and see what you want to look at based upon whether or not that looks like it's of interest to you. So you can do that unroll.me, and make sure that you are only being subscribed to the things you want to see, and it also controls how many things come into your inbox. So instead of getting 40 emails from different, you know, organizations, you're going to get that one email. So this is my favorite strategy, and then you can look through that at your convenience. So that's step one. So categorize what's coming in, unroll it for anything that's unnecessary, and use the roll up for the things that are beneficial. Okay. Now, number 2 is get used to telling people how you want things to come in. So I'm going to show you now my inbox. So this is one of my inboxes. I have several inboxes, but this is one of my inboxes. And so I'm going to show you, I have set up a couple of things. So if you have Gmail, I'm sure that there is an Outlook alternative to this if you have Outlook. But if you have a Gmail, you can go into your settings, you can check all of your settings, and you can actually choose how you have your inbox set up. So I have chosen to do a priority inbox, which means that I have 4 categories of my inbox. So it's either a star, it's important, I've chosen the topic of student conflicts. I don't have any students, but I'm just choosing that for you guys. And then everything else. And so that's how it's going to show it to me when I go into my inbox, as opposed to just, 50,000 emails coming in at a time, and then you're trying to figure out which one's important. And by the time you get into one, you go down a rabbit hole. This is going to structure it for you. So you can set that up, and you can change these to be whatever you want it to be. Okay. Then you come over here and make your labels, and you can choose and you can add different labels. So I added some additional labels, like I added schedules and I added student conflicts, right? So you can choose, you can create as many labels as you want, and you can create, it kind of becomes like folders for you. And then the other thing that you can do is create filters. So if it has a particular, when you create a filter, you can say from a particular person. So I'm going to put, this is one of my emails, right? So if it's from that, I'm going to create a filter. So if it's from that person, I'm going to get a star on it. So anything that comes into my inbox with that on it is going to automatically get a star. So here's the cool part. When I go back to my inbox and I look at my inbox, instead of me saying like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start with these emails today, I say, oh, I know where to start. This is a priority sender. This is important because it's marked as such. This has the schedule change. This is in the schedule folder. So I know that I don't have to worry about that until Tuesdays or Thursdays. So it allows you to create a system. Now, I would recommend that you choose how much time each day that you can respond to emails. So the step 3 is choose how things are going out. So I definitely believe in setting up an autoresponder every night at 5 o'clock or every week Friday at 5 p.m. that says, I'm not going to get back to you. You could definitely set up an autoresponder for every single day, for every single email that comes in that says, this is my schedule, my email schedule, right? I am available for open walk-in consultation, open office hours these days and these times. First come, first serve. I check emails at this time and this time. I check schedules at this time and this time. I would absolutely set up an autoresponder for that. But look at your schedule and decide how frequently you can check email so that you have a routine and a system for that. Okay. That's going to allow people to know when they can expect to see you. And it's also going to take the pressure off of you. When it's not that time, that window, that space, it's not a priority for you. A lot of times what happens, and I know this is for me, so I know it's for you guys as well. When you're a helper, when a request comes in, you want to respond. That's what you want to do. You want to respond. And so the first thing you want to do is try and respond to that immediately. But when you do that, you end up feeling pulled in every single direction, overwhelmed, like you're not getting anything done and it's not productive. So set yourself up for success. Choose how much time you need to go through your email and have that be your email time each day. Maybe it's 9 o'clock in the morning and 2 o'clock in the afternoon or what have you. Give yourself an hour each time. One thing that I know we also usually do is we overestimate what we can get done in a particular amount of time, and we underestimate how much of our time and attention it's going to take to complete something. So give yourself a little wiggle room, but be really generous with your time to make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself. This is a small piece of what you do in the run of a day. I mean, but it's an important piece. And I think if you get your inbox under control, you'll be able to feel more responsive, and you'll feel a little bit less overwhelmed. So hopefully these tips were helpful for you. Make sure you create those categories of subjects that you want to be focused on, like your folders in your inbox. Make sure that you use the unroll.me to get rid of anything you don't want to see, or at least create that roll up for those things so that you're getting less emails in your inbox. Train people to use the right subject line. So I've seen a couple, and I'll see if I can post one here in the group. I've seen a couple people teaching kids how to send emails with the right subject lines and to ask exactly for what they need. Have those priority senders, have those automatic folders, and have those autoresponders set as well. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Come back and watch this video and go through and create your inbox as well. I'll see if there's enough people that want a video for this, like for Outlook or for other email providers, let me know. I do have, I use Outlook as well, so I'm happy to go through that, and it's the same process, but you'll just have to click in a little bit different places. But hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you liked it, and I'll talk to you guys soon.